Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Rare Units podcast. Slightly different one this time. We don't have Joel with us, and it's going to be a shorter episode. Just trying out a bit of a new format.
Yeah.
See how you guys like it. Tell us in the
Mm.
comments or email us. So, this one's gonna be a pretty chill episode like the last one. Just sort of the boys vibing, talking about random crap without Joel,
I
unfortunately.
actually really liked that last episode, to be honest. That was
Yeah,
one of my favorite.
I
too.
reckon it was like there were a couple awkward silences here and there, but I
Yeah.
reckon it was just a good.
Keep in mind, there was no structure with that one. We
Yeah,
just
true.
talked whatever, and it actually flowed really well.
Yeah, like
Apart
it's
from
sort
those awkward silences.
yeah, it was sort of like our old podcast, and the sort of we just sort of like had a rough idea of the kind of the topics we wanted to talk about, but we just didn't like sort of like after episode 3. I reckon we got a bit more or on episode 3 when we had the guests. We sort of
Episode 4.
remember.
Episode 4 was when we
Yeah, I
first
think it
had
was
guests.
4.
Yeah, episode 4.
3
when
was
we-
our first one
yeah
where we were
live.
together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but that was the sort of time when we got a bit more structured. And I think I think they're both good. I reckon they both have different appeals, but it's good to have these chill ones as well, where we're just talking.
Yeah, exactly. We just talk about like
Random
Just-
crap.
yeah, just random crap, and I can't wait for it to have for us to have like a proper setup with like
Yeah,
multiple angles
Yeah.
and real
Like a real
mics in our
podcast.
hands.
yeah. Instead of the dodgy Discord calls.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Love your Discord.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I think this is like we were having this discussion before where I was like equipment's important and all, but I reckon the biggest thing about is just like consistent content. Like,
Yeah.
I was reading something about the Joe Rogan podcast like a couple weeks ago, and he was saying like the biggest factor into his success because he's done the podcast for like a while now. I think he started in like 2012, 2013, and he said the thing that sort of gave him that consistent growth early on, especially, was just to keep pumping out content consistently over time.
Yeah, definitely.
like, I reckon if you look at his old stuff compared to his new stuff, the change in quality is dramatic. But Joe Rogan's a bit of a different case because he was pretty well known. Well,
He was an actor.
yeah, he was he was a comedian. He had like the UFC stuff going on.
UFC
So
stuff, yeah,
he
that's
had,
it.
he had more of a base than what just a couple of these random lads talking about crap.
Bunch of randos.
It's I think if you look at like people who make content, they always say make consistent content, and that'll give you pay dividends at the end.
It's a pipe dream. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I actually do like the podcast though, because even if like no one listens to it, because it's just interesting to hear our views sort of like verbalized.
And opinions on things.
Yeah, I reckon it's just like, especially like even if no one watches, like some people watch this, right? Like, shout out to the 2 people who are listening to this.
Yeah, you guys
The
are
OG
awesome.
fans.
We love you guys.
Yeah, but like,
We got merch coming
fucking-
soon.
That'd be pretty sick though.
check out our Patreon. No, I
Fund our
reckon
Kickstarter.
change.org. But I reckon, regardless of if 1,000 people watch this or 2 people watch this, it's still just a cool idea because there's a lot of benefit to having a podcast because it's just, I don't know, it's just recording your conversations with
something
people.
to do.
It's interesting to see, like, it's a good way to like record how you change and like how your opinions about things change.
Yeah, you can always like when you're listening to it, you can always change the way you think of like
Yeah,
and the way you talk about a specific topic.
yeah. It's like
And you can
it's-
always like look back as well
yeah,
and just think about the stuff you said back then.
Mm.
it's a good
and
tool
reflect
for
on
like reflection, I reckon.
Hmm.
Which is kind of a bit deep, like it's not like most people don't start podcasting thinking this is going to be a really great way to make me understand who I am. No, but like it's a cool thing to do. If you guys, whoever's watching this, whoever's listening to this, start a podcast. Good idea. But
Grab
yeah,
a couple mates,
yeah, just like get a random homeless person off the street. Just be like, yo, tell us your life story. Boom.
Right now, I'm actually working on a great interview for a future podcast, hopefully.
Ooh. Give the folks a bit of a teaser.
Yeah, a bit of tease. So basically, I've been talking to a guy who goes to our school, and he's a YouTuber
Oh yeah.
with
I know
about
who you're talking about.
22,000
Yeah, everyone
subscribers. This is
Yeah.
new news to you actually, Sam, because
Oh.
recently I
Oh
found
yeah,
out
he
that
hasn't known.
he edits videos for Moose Knuckle, the 3.2 million subscriber, 3.2 million channel, who plays with
Jeez.
Vanos and
He
H2O
excellent.
Delirious and
But
I Am Wildcat.
does he edit for those guys?
He edits for Moose Knuckle.
Only for
Oh,
only
okay.
for
I
that.
thought you were
Not
saying
for all
like,
of them.
yeah, but that's pretty. I think what 3.2 million.
Yeah,
Damn.
he's made 5 videos for him, and
Is
the biggest
he
one
getting
has
paid?
218,000 views or something.
Is he getting paid?
Yeah, he gets paid per video.
Damn.
He quit
Mate's
his job a
killing
couple days ago.
because
Jeez.
just to focus on
Yeah,
editing full
yeah.
time.
And I have so many questions to ask him on a podcast.
Dude, I really want to get him. He said he doesn't like live stream because he feel like he's gonna say something stupid.
That's why I said to him, like, we're not doing live streaming anymore. We're
Yeah.
cutting back on that, and we're gonna go straight to recording. And
Yeah.
we're gonna be splicing it up a bit. And
Rest in
Ooh.
peace to the 5 viewers that watched us live.
No,
Yeah.
but what I was gonna say was I want because this is actually the first podcast that we're not live streaming on Twitch, and to the people who like watching this on YouTube and Spotify, please tell us if you like if you want the option of like watching it on Twitch, or if the people who watch this on Twitch and YouTube, like, which do you prefer? Just give us feedback on which one you prefer, because we're probably gonna end up focusing towards more like pre-recorded stuff because it's just more flexible.
yeah,
for the
exactly.
voice.
We can upload it at a specific time.
Yeah, and we can like do
Mm.
back to back, so like we can just do like a massive session of just recording, and it's just I don't know. I prefer recording, but I also appreciate the opportunity to have a different audience on Twitch. But to be honest, when you're getting 5 viewers and those people are probably like who those people. They're just like your
Schoolmates.
mates. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
watching the YouTube. They're watching the Spotify. It's not anyone new. You just like, is it really worth organizing the times and stuff for everyone? So let us know what you think about that, people who watch this, the viewers.
Yeah. And our Spotify is pretty good. We're
It's
going.
popping, man.
Yeah, it's popping. And
Yeah, doing pretty decent so far,
yeah.
Mm.
considering.
I personally don't know if we should do like ads or not.
I reckon. I mean, we obviously people who are watching this or listening to this, tell us. Get email
Ask your
us,
opinions.
contact us, the Rare Units Podcast at gmail.com. Give us everything you want to tell us about this. But like, I reckon ads, especially since like, I'm gonna be honest, right? There are definitely better podcasts than ours out on the marketplace.
Oh yeah,
right now.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
think the charm of our podcast is that it's just kind of like the charm. I don't know, that sounds kind of cringy, but like the appeal of this thing is just that it's just a bunch of lads just talking shit. It's not really like the sort of the corporate like shills, advertising Raid Shadow Legends and stuff like that. It's just I feel like it's just sort of
Oh yeah.
the root of what podcasts should be, which is just like a conversation.
Mm.
But obviously, as the future progresses, I'd be open to ads and stuff like that. But I reckon just because like we get like 10 viewers, 10 listeners per episode,
All right. So what happens if we
10
flip
listeners per
that?
popular.
If we flip it and we do ads, like we make our ad and then put it on like Spotify, so that we get more viewers or more followers.
like on someone else's stuff, like an ad for our podcast.
Yeah, it just gets distributed everywhere on Spotify.
Oh, so like
does
promote
that
it.
cost money?
Yeah, it does cost money.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's depends on how much it costs. I reckon.
We
Like,
basically gave it a trial on Facebook and it
yeah,
actually
we
worked.
we got quite a bit of engagement, but I think we haven't been able to turn that engagement to like regular listeners. I think we got a lot of one-offs on that episode, and people were just like, "This isn't really for me."
I did see a spike in followers that day.
Yeah, I reckon. I don't know. Please, again, if you're listening,
Contact us.
Please, if you, I would be really interested to know people who saw that boosted face because you advertised it to like the United States, didn't you?
Yeah.
Even though we're from Australia, but that's besides the point.
I did it for the US mainly because their marketing system over there is like so much bigger than Australia's,
Yeah, true, bigger audience, definitely.
and they'll be
Yeah.
interested in listening to Australians.
Yeah, different perspective, definitely. I reckon, but we do bash the United States, especially when we talk about coronavirus. So maybe people didn't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again,
Bang,
if you're listening
50%,
to this and
90% of our listeners.
yeah, if you saw the Facebook post, please tell us if you like the podcast or if you're even watching the podcast at all after that.
Show a friend.
Yeah, shit, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Nah, but,
Never miss another podcast.
yeah. But yeah, it's definitely interesting. I think there's a lot of potential, especially if we can get some good guests on, and then we've got the potential to expand and stuff. But all in due course, I reckon. I think a podcast one of those things you don't really have that quick spike in growth. You have to build a loyal audience, especially when you're starting
Definitely.
pretty low down, like from scratch.
Yeah, that's what I hate about it. Like, it's just so
It's hard to start
it's
things these
hard to
days.
start one of these things. There's just so much out there, and
I
it's
reckon
hard to be found.
the polar opposite of trying to start a podcast is like trying to start like a TikTok account, because you can, if you just keep posting TikToks, you'll like, and you know what the algorithm wants, which I'm not going to get into right now, but if you can
That's for
play
another
the-
time.
if you can play the algorithm of something like TikTok, it's so easy because people view content. So like when you go on YouTube, you watch like, I don't know, a couple, unless you spend like 8 hours on YouTube, you watch a couple videos here and there and you go do other stuff, right? But when you're on TikTok, they're 15-second videos, sometimes shorter, and you're just scrolling through. The amount of content you are like engaging with and digesting
It's
is
about
so
like
much
5 times more.
so much more than compared to something like a YouTube or especially like a Twitch. Like Twitch, live streams, they go on for a long time.
So
Whereas,
you're saying we should start a TikTok?
no, what I'm saying is, if you
The
want
Ray
to
Units TikTok.
look, if people want a TikTok, we'll give them a TikTok. But if you wanted to try and get famous, quote unquote, on the internet, I reckon, this is just my opinion, I would try and become a TikToker.
This is interesting because a lot of like when I was doing streaming a while ago, there was this one YouTuber who said that the best thing to do, hop on TikTok, start doing stuff for it, and then get a following, and then use that
Yeah,
for the Twitch and
I-
for the YouTube.
that's why I reckon it's the hardest part is getting a following on something, right? Because like crossover acts, like if you have someone like a okay, we'll use the Paul brothers as an example. They were big on Vine, right? And they got a massive following on that app before it shut down. They were able to transfer that following, especially with like, they didn't leave Vine. Vine left them, if that makes it. Like Vine shut down, and like there was
Yeah,
nothing there. So people who were watching them on Vine were gonna watch something else to replace their time on Vine. So the Paul brothers did a really, like, as much as I don't really support some of the things that they do, as they were very smart in how they approached
Change.
transferring their audience, and like stuff like, lots of YouTubers become streamers and streamers become YouTubers and vice versa. It's a very, especially in this digital age, it's a very like, it's a powerful thing to have an online presence and a following. So
Our YouTuber friend from school, he recently made a massive comeback on YouTube due to his TikTok.
yeah, because he started a TikTok and it got like one
popping off.
million.
It was like 2 million views.
He actually had a couple. It was interesting because he started a TikTok like as his own personal account. He just posted like meme videos on them, like
And
that
just started going.
And then he saw this one Fortnite video that he made for his YouTube channel. He uploaded it onto TikTok. And he was very smart about it. As soon as he started seeing a couple thousand pop off, he instantly added his YouTube channel into his bio, told everyone to go follow that, and he made about like 6,000 new followers. or 6,000
Yeah,
new
jeez.
subscribers.
I reckon it would be good to get him on the podcast, but I'm not sure if he'll do it. If he
He
does it,
did say he would do it if he was free, but he's not free at the moment because he's
He's a busy
editing
man,
videos
yeah.
all the time.
but I reckon if he gets on, that'd be a really cool
He's
collaboration.
a good lad as well.
Yeah, good bloke.
Very good man.
Yeah. What else do we want to talk about, boys? You know what I really want to discuss?
Yeah.
Um,
Discuss.
this is mainly a me and Bejay thing, but Lachlan, I think you have opinions about this as well.
Okay.
The word simp.
Oh, I'll leave that to you and BJ.
The word simp. Now,
I'll just sit here with the popcorn.
if you've been on the internet for any length of time in the recent times, you've probably come across the word simp, right? Basically, it's just a guy who really likes a girl and sort of undermines. This is what I think a simp is. I think a simp is usually a guy, but can also be a girl. Is someone who, in trying to get someone to like them or trying to get a significant other, what they do is they degrade themselves or put that other person on a pedestal and forfeit their self-respect to try and get people to like. So for example, if a girl, if you're trying to get a girl to like you, you always cancel plans just to hang out with her. You avoid hanging out with your friends or people that you like just to talk to her because because you want to give her that attention. And then it's
Who's
Joel.
this?
It's a surprise guest.
Surprise
Look at this.
entrance.
Yo. Hello.
Everyone's just gonna hear
Mate,
Mid
during
podcast.
the recording.
Huh?
I was just talking about Simps, and you come.
Oh.
The devil, mate.
He just
leaves.
left.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, he's back. Mate, you've actually destroyed the
Guess who's back?
podcast.
Huh?
Oh my, he's so oblivious.
He's so out of it. Mate, Joel,
What's going on?
talk about
We're
talking
we're
about
doing a
Simps.
podcast.
Are we?
Yeah.
What is this new time schedule?
No,
No,
we're
we're
literally
recording.
talking
We're
about
not
this on
streaming.
Snapchat. What are you chatting about, mate?
Bro, you acknowledged it.
You were literally yeah, sorry, boys, can't hop on.
Can't hop on. Gotta do other things. Like, okay, that's cool. We'll just do one.
Okay,
You
well,
can tell how much Joel cares.
I can
Yeah.
talk about Sims because Joel's a fantastic example of one.
Oh,
I'm joking. Please
Go
don't
Sam,
crucify me, Jesus. But what I reckon is, if you sacrifice your self-respect to try and get someone to like you, you're a simp. Simple as.
The thing is, Sam.
let's hear the
there
other
are
side of the
different- There are
story.
different meanings of simp for many different age groups. And now, say that you're a 12-year-old kid, all right, on the internet, and you see people getting married, you would instantly call them a simp because you're a 12-year-old idiot on the internet.
I feel like you're
Ooh.
generalizing a little bit there, BJ. I feel like
I've seen a lot of 12-year-olds on the internet saying you're simp for being saying nice things to a girl. And Twitter perfectly summarizes my points because so many people have said are so sick of the word simp on it.
Yeah,
Me
because
personally,
a lot
I'm
of
sick
people
of the word.
Ban the
You're
word.
sick of the word because I always call you a simp.
Yeah,
So
And then
applies to you, BJ.
just
Are you
wants to
sick of
kill
it?
him.
I'm not Sam. I'm not degrading myself.
No, what I'm saying is.
Shut up, Siri.
Oh, Siri.
Mate, even Siri knows you're a simp. No, but what
Ah.
I'm saying is
Wait,
BJ.
ask Siri if BJ is one.
No. We're not getting Siri involved with this complex conversation about simps. It's
We'll get
beyond.
Cortana.
Yeah,
Huh?
Alexa.
We'll get Cortana.
Dude, Bixby, mate.
Okay, but Bixby. But BJ, I call you a simp, right? Because there have been instances of what you're doing is you try and meet up with a girl, and she's a
Expose him.
no-show, and then you keep trying to get in with that girl. No one, and the excuses you give me are just ridiculous. Okay,
What do you mean?
Expose him.
I'm talking about.
Oh my god. I have no examples.
What do you mean? That's
You-
happened to you.
You
Yeah,
don't
it was a
have
girl.
examples of Samrat does though.
Yeah, mate, there was a girl, and you were trying to get in with her, and she left you, like she was like, let's meet up," and you went to the place where you agreed to meet up, and she wasn't there.
That's
then you
because she had a doctor's appointment.
No, I thought
But
it was because her-
still, Sam, I gave up on going like because she didn't meet up. I gave up on it.
Yeah, after a lot of me saying, "Dude, you should give up on her," initially you were like, "All right, let's reschedule. Let's meet up again." And I was like, "Bro, don't do that, okay?" She literally.
well. I mean, that's not really simping though.
It is because what you're doing is, if she being a no-show, that's just unfortunate. That's just an unfortunate circumstance. But you trying to go again, that's you being a simp because what you're doing is you're sacrificing your self-respect. All right.
She wasn't she didn't show up because she had a doctor's appointment.
Okay, right, but like,
Yeah, we heard that.
let's think of the logic here. You're a girl, and you organize a date, essentially a date with a guy. I would hope that you would know if that would clash with the doctor's appointment.
No, Sam. Okay, so I didn't tell you the full story.
See, okay. Well, then that's not my fault because you need to tell me the full story. You can't give me half the story.
Oh.
Joel, let's just sit here. And
What's
just
the story?
sit in silence. Oh, sure,
Huh?
story time with Beach.
No. I'm done. I'm not talking about it.
Nah, story time with
We're
Beach.
moving.
Whether you like it or not.
We're
Samrat,
moving on.
jingle now.
Story time. No. Now, Joel, sure. Why have you come to join us?
I don't know. What do you want me to leave?
No, I was.
Yes,
you
this
literally.
instant, boy.
You said
Nah.
that you couldn't hop on. And now you've joined.
Well, maybe I can hop on then.
Mm.
Check your privilege, broski.
Okay, dude.
Oh man.
Bloomer.
You know what, Joel? Since you're so eager to join the podcast, how about you lead discussion?
What?
Let's
Does it
go.
wanna be
stay
late?
quiet?
Good discussion.
Does it want to be led around?
Oh my fucking god.
Is it a male or female? What dog breed is it?
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god. Oh man.
Um.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. That's a great point, Joel.
This is this is
agree.
great. I love this. Keep going.
Have you guys watched the highly anticipated sports game that is happening this weekend? Huh?
Great sports game.
That was the
Very
one
specific.
that finished
Oh, Joel.
yesterday, mate.
I was trying to make it like I don't even know. I'm tired. Too much sleep.
That's good. That's good. I do agree, but
Yeah.
I feel like I should just leave. This is bad. This is a bad idea.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Okay, BJ.
I want to. Megan is trying to force Joel out of the podcast.
so you can keep talking about his simpage.
Yeah.
Yeah, BJ can have the spotlight. I don't care.
No. Okay. All right. Joel. I want to
Yes.
know your opinions about something.
What's that?
What do you feel? What do you think about the fact that Muslims in the housing towers in Victoria that have been quarantined are not being given halal food?
Hmm.
That's such a dumb thing to say.
Joel's answer would be something like yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Ah.
I agree to that statement.
Just, I mean, food's food, man.
Exactly. They can shut the fuck up.
I don't see a problem. I mean, I kind of do see a problem with them not understanding who they are, but also it's just food. I don't really. I kind of sit on both sides of the fence. Like,
Yeah,
I can see where both sides come from. It's like it's just food, but you know.
like, yeah, but it's like they're like, it's not like they don't have the resource like the people who are
Same.
in the towers right now they have the money to spend to buy the food they want to buy, but because of the quarantine or the isolation for the towers, the people like tower administration have been buying the food for the people.
Okay.
So I think at the end of the day, right, people should be a lot like if you have dietary like for example, I know it's not the exact same thing. It's quite different actually, but if you gave a gluten-free person like bread that had gluten in it, right? That would be really like they're not going to eat that because they have a condition, right? But if you can buy food that agrees that is consistent with your own dietary requirements, even if they're not medically necessary, I feel like you should be able to specify that, even if it's more effort. Like you have been put into quarantine against your will. I feel like the least that the authorities can do is just go a little bit out of their way to help make
Give
that.
them the food that they want because it's a
Yeah.
part of their religion.
Yeah, I reckon
That's a
that
fair
should be-
point.
because you know these people, a lot of these people, they don't have coronavirus. They've been forced to go into quarantine. They're not even allowed to go outside for the like, because you know how you have the fire reason. The only reason you can leave your house is to exercise, give care, buy groceries. You know, but like they're not even allowed
Yeah.
to do that. They have to stay inside. So
Yeah.
I reckon the least that people can do is just put that extra effort. But I understand it could be a logistical nightmare to try and deal with that, but I reckon that's just
Like what is like halal food though?
it's like it's the animal is killed in a certain way and it's like blessed in the Muslim tradition. There's like
Oh god, that would take forever.
no, it's
Like can I do it on a conveyor belt?
no, a lot of it's like from the same farm you can have food that is halal certified and not halal certified. So it's not
Uh,
a big difference. That's why a lot of people say just eat the food. There's not even that much of a difference, bro. But I reckon it's just I don't know. I reckon people's personal dietary requirements should be considered, especially if it's not like they're being given food free of cost from the government. You know, it's like they have they have the money to buy food. They're just not physically able to go to Woolworths or Coles. You know.
yeah.
Hmm.
So
I
yeah.
reckon. I reckon we wrap it up, boys. I think that's been a
Oh,
solid.
what? I've only been here for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Or 5
it's a
minutes.
short
No.
one.
It's
a
a
short-
it's
it's
a
a
mini
short
one. It's not the
podcast.
long one.
Well, one more topic, please.
Alright.
Just so
Okay,
Okay.
no, if you're so keen, you think of one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
coming in here,
Oh,
barging in.
dude, you know I've left out something.
Oh, factors.
Unless you've already done it without me.
Mm.
We left
Oh,
out
no, we've done it without you.
It's not fact of the week anymore because it's been less than a week. Fact of
It's
the day.
fact of the 2.5 days or how long ever it's been.
50 hours.
Yeah.
Fact of the
Facts.
day. Fact of the day. It's fact of the day with Joel.
Not fact sheets
Hey.
from the World Health Organization. Let's find a good fact, not coronavirus facts, please.
You're telling me you want to do fact of the day, you haven't even thought of a fact.
Dude, I could do this fact today. That you kidding me, mate?
B-Tech podcaster, mate.
I've only found thought of it 2 minutes ago. Far out.
It's disappointing.
Calm
This is
down.
This is poor form from you, Joel. I expect better.
Okay.
Not good, do better.
Okay.
Okay,
This
hit
is
me with a fact.
you have a
Hit me
good point,
with
Joel.
Hit me with a fantastic fact.
Come on, bud.
Oh, it's the same website as last week. Hang
It's
on.
okay. Joel's temples are sweating.
Intensifies
The
breathing.
pressure is building. Will Joel fail? Or
I
will
doubt
he
it.
find a sick fact?
It's hard to fuck up factual.
Find out next time on Total Drama
Drama Island.
World Tour.
Oh, what a trip.
That was a good show.
That was a banging TV show.
I mean, it was very overly sexualized, but I loved it.
yeah, like considering,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. There was actually yeah, especially since I watched that
children's
when I watched that when I was like 6 years old.
Yeah.
But I reckon, yeah, I would
Some of the
really.
characters had curves, bro. Holy.
Oh no, PJ, please stop.
Alright, Joel, hit us with the fact.
Oh, thanks for the fact.
Oh, wait, looking. Just,
Okay, well, we can continue making small talk while you find the fact.
yeah, this is terrible.
Yeah,
Dude,
one of
dude, you know
Yeah.
there's a university called Cornell University? That's crazy.
yeah, it's in America.
That is a sick fact.
Honestly,
No,
Joel,
no,
this
but,
is getting embarrassing, mate. You gotta
You
find a
can,
decent fact.
shut the hell up, mate. I've found a fact.
I'm ashamed. No.
You can major in wine at Cornell University.
In wine,
Yes.
like the alcoholic
It's
beverage.
it's a degree in viticulture and enology, aka the cultivation of grapes and the science of winemaking. How
The more
interesting.
you know.
The
Dude.
more you know.
I could. What about moonshining? Is that a thing?
Shining.
I learn how to
illegal in
moonshine?
America.
Moonshining.
Moonshine is illegal in
beverage,
America.
mate.
That's like
Is it illegal in Australia?
I think so.
It's apparently illegal in most countries around the world.
Yeah, because it's like, what's the alcohol content of moonshine?
Why don't they just get
100%.
100% alcohol then? It's 100 proof. I don't know what that
Maybe they
is.
don't feel like it.
Dude, just get isopropyl rubbing alcohol, mate. That's like 98%.
Oh, you need a license to make it. Okay.
I do not believe Arthur
James
Morgan
Bond
had
could
one.
get a license to kill, so I think it wouldn't be too hard to get a license to make moonshine.
It's lead poisoning. It's like this. They make it in lead vats apparently.
Why don't they just make it in stainless steel vats?
Is it lead poisoning is linked with blindness? Wow. It's got
Nice.
it's got methanol in it.
That's a yikes.
Can damage the optic nerve and kill you in high concentrations.
Dude, just don't become a yeah, okay, I can understand why that's illegal.
So basically, it's just death juice, mate.
That's one way of putting it.
Oh, what? The Melbourne Moonshine cocktail bar is temporarily closed. As if.
Well, COVID.
COVID.
That'd be why.
What? How to make moonshine? Has
Wiki
4.4
how?
stars out of
It's
5.
actually the moonshine episode, mate.
Mile
Joel
high
joins
distilling.
halfway through and talks about moonshine.
Apple pie moonshine recipe. All
Alright,
smoky
you can-
moonshine. Let's
You
look at this
can
one.
research that in another time.
Alright,
No, I'm
I
researching
reckon
it now.
here, boys.
Let's wrap it up.
Oh, they're asking my age. No.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Says,
let's
I
wrap
say,
it up.
Are ya
Joel,
over 21?
hush
Yes,
thee.
I'm done.
Joel, shut
We
up.
will have
Say
to
a
mute
lot
thee.
about moonshine.
Dude,
Say
it says
something
shine responsibly.
Oh my.
Nice.
That's terrible. That is
And
terrible.
on that bombshell, we're gonna end it. Thank you for watching. Follow us on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook.
At the Rare Units podcast.
Yep. Subscribe,
Email us.
share us at the Rare Units Podcast at gmail.com.
Send us a letter.
Let us know if you like these shorter episodes.
Stamped in wax by the Queen. Send us a letter.
Let us know if you like Joel talking about moonshine for 10 minutes.
No, it's only 5. Shut up.
Joel should have his own episode where he just
Yeah,
talks
I
about
reckon we
moonshine.
have but anyway, thank you for listening. Have a good day. See you later.
See ya.
It's like 9:30.